to live streams from the holy city of Karbala. There is something for everyone on Imam Hussein TV, your gateway to Karbala.
Call for raping English girls. Remember? You're here defending the paedophile. I'm here defending your dad. These women are here defending the paedophile. You're here defending.
We don't need a TV channel because we've got mosques.
We have Islamic centres that are always open.
We have schools teaching Islam.
Hijab is part of a school uniform.
Islam has come and it's established here in the West.
And everyone's happy.
They love us, our food, our fashion,
our culture.
The media is always on our side.
We've got plenty of English speakers, plenty of English books,
and plenty of places to go and learn in the English language.
Let's be real.
Let's get active.
Be more involved.
ImamHusseinFree.tv.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another brand new episode of Ahkam SOS, where we answer your questions, and as usual we have Sheikh Ali with us. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh Ali.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Welcome
How
to
are
the
you,
program.
Sheikhna?
Alhamdulillah, fine, thank you.
How was your weekend?
All great, alhamdulillah.
All great.
Barakatullah.
Welcome to Ahkam SOS, another episode. Sheikhna, we are approaching towards the end of the Rajab, and inshallah we will be entering into the month of Shaban on Wednesday, inshallah. And I would like to let the viewers know as well that Wednesday, inshallah, will be the first of Rajab. And inshallah, may Allah accept all our amals and ibadat during the month of Rajab. So as you know, the format of the program, that you have got this QR code, so you can scan this QR code, send your questions, or you can call in to jump the queue. So inshallah, we'll be starting with the first question for Sheikh Ali. Sheikhna, we have a question from WhatsApp. Can you please summarize the method of Salatul Layl?
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. Salatul Layl, or the Namaz al-Shab, is straightforward. It's 11 rak'ah. 8 rak'ah, you pray it like the Fajr prayer, so 2 by 2.
Right.
So 2, 4, 6, 8. And then you have 2 rak'ah shafi', as they call it. It's a bit different in terms of recitation. There's Surah Al-Falaq and Nas recited on each, one Falaq, one rak'ah Falaq, one rak'ah Surah Al-Nas. And then you go towards
so you can't recite any other surah apart from the Surah Nas? Or?
No, you can. Mustahab prayers is some kind of flexible with this regard. Some ulama mentioned that you can recite Surah Al-Tawheed, Qul Huwallahu Ahad, on each rak'ah for the shafi' salah. So there are different narrations which to be recited, which surah. But anyhow, so you have now 8, 9, 10 shafi', 9, 10, and then 11th is the Salat al-Watr, which comes with 300 al-afu in qunut, 70 times astaghfirullah rabbi wa atubu ilayh, and then 70 istighfar to the mu'mineen who, for example, passed away or even alive. Allahumma aghfir li fulan.
Right. Okay, Shukna, I would like to let the viewers know that you can also send in your questions either on WhatsApp. You have numbers there, QR code there, and you can also comment on our YouTube. Obviously, the people who are watching live on YouTube, they can comment on YouTube. So And Sheikhna, we have next question from WhatsApp. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
I hope you are all doing good, inshallah. Yes, alhamdulillah, we are.
In terms of caring for elderly by the woman who is not mahram to this elderly, of course, initially has to be done with the male, so same
Right.
gender, because there are issues with regards to dealing with the opposite gender when they are not halal to each other, not mahram, in other words. But exceptions always come. When there's no assistant, nobody's available, ulama would have exception with this regard, that they shouldn't, for example, look at the private part and so forth,
Right.
shouldn't touch and so forth. I mean, there are, the very last resort would be different than just a normal hukum. Sometimes you can get same gender, for example, with this regard. So there are stages with this regard.
For example,
as a
some
ruling.
people, they ask questions, for example, lady is going to the male, like gynecologist or, so I think it's kind of same situation,
If there are ladies available
Yeah.
to treat the ladies, then of course that's a priority given. But if the doctor is more expert in this field, there's no woman, then of course there's no choice.
So there's no choice.
They can go in this.
Okay,
with this
thank
regard.
you so much, Sheikhana. We have got next question from YouTube. Can I beat my chest for any other person than Ahlul Bayt? Alayhimus salam.
The hadith is famous, which says كل جزاء حرام إلا على الحسين عليه السلام. So all the jaza, all the types of mournings is not allowed except on al-Hussein عليه السلام. And ulama discuss with this regard that on your deceased, on your marhum, you cannot do such and such.
Right.
There are exceptions that you can't go too much.
So Sheikhana, if, for example,
grief.
in this case, if someone, if one of the family members, they passed away and they're very close, like father, mother, so what is the ruling, in this case?
As I've said, the hadith is very clear that the jaza', the extreme grievance is not allowed,
Okay.
except on Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam.
No problem.
Yeah.
Sheikhana, we have got next question from YouTube. Does lying have kafara?
No, the kafara of lying is to say astaghfirullah, repent to Allah Azza wa Jalla, and not to repeat it again. So you have astaghfirullah to clear this act of sin, and then to repent by not doing this act again.
Right. Thank you so much, Sheikhana. We've got next question from WhatsApp. How can we pray when traveling in a plane? What timetable do we follow? And can we pray while sitting on our seat?
Number one, the timetable usually should be available by the airlines. They would tell you, now it's, for example, we're passing through a specific country. It's now, for example, 12:30 p.m., which
Okay.
is Zuhr
Yeah.
and Asr Salah, for example. So it's very clear that this is now, it's 12:30, we're passing this country. So you pray according to the time you're in the plane. So you follow the time of the plane where it is flying on. In terms of praying, yes, you have to pray upright, standing. You have to observe all the required wajib acts of salah
Right.
as you're on the land, for example.
Okay.
So you have to stand up and pray towards the qibla. Yes, if the plane moves, then you stop reciting and you move
Okay.
from the position of the qibla. That's a lot easier if you fly with Arabian flights. I think they would have even
They have
the
designated
qibla
place, room as well.
and the qibla as well. So
Yeah.
you can easily follow and see. Sometimes you can't. So you just pray as you're on the plane by defining the qibla position
Okay.
and being motionless, stable in salah. You can't just pray straight on the chair. That comes at the very
Last
resort.
Yeah.
And
Makes
that's
sense.
the difference. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sheikhana. We've got next question here from YouTube. What things can increase the reward blessings from prayer? For example, it is already known wearing haqiq ring can increase reward.
We have mustahabbat in terms in salah, for example, to let's say, for the salah, to use miswak, the specific wood for brushing your teeth, for example, to wear perfume, clean clothes, and so forth, and to be with aqiq, of course, in salah.
Right.
So these are recommended acts within the salah.
Thank you so much, Sheikhana. And announcement for the dear viewers that we're nearly 9 to 10 minutes into the live show. And if you're watching live on YouTube, you can send in your questions by commenting on the live chat. And if you don't want to send on YouTube, you can text us on WhatsApp. The numbers are on your screen. You have a QR code right here. This is the QR code. And then you have got 2 numbers. So you can either text or you can call. If you want to jump the queue of the text messages, we have, we've got a lot of questions here from different people. So if you want to jump that queue, you can call in, and inshallah Sheikh will be able to answer your question. Okay, Sheikhna, the next question is coming from YouTube, and it says, when is Ramadan? When is the month of Ramadan?
The month of Ramadan, again, we have to follow the moon sighting every year as we do.
Exactly.
So we stick with the moon sighting. But let's say if this Wednesday is the 1st of Sha'ban, which is going to be 21st.
Yeah.
Sahih? So again, around 19, 20, 21st of February would be the first of the month of Ramadan. So between 19th and 21st.
Yeah.
One of these
so
days.
So we've got rough dates, but actual date depends on the moon sighting.
The moon sighting, exactly. Yeah. We cannot define it now.
No problem. Thank you so much, Sheikhana. The next question is coming from WhatsApp. Does inhaling steam from an, for example, a pot that is cooking or a steam iron invalidates a fast?
The scholars mentioned if it's a dense, thick steam, that would break the fast, and not just a normal steam.
Right.
Light steam wouldn't break the fast, no.
No problem. Thank you so much, Sheikhana. The next question is from YouTube. I am confused about where the hairline starts when washing the face in wudu. The middle of my hairline is slightly lower than the sides, and the difference is very small. Do I need to wash the sides as well?
No, that's the hairline. You can see that's my hairline.
Right.
You start washing from the very edge of the hairline of your forehead, and that's it. You just wash from there. So
right.
Don't pay too much attention. Yeah, sometimes obsessiveness would cause such issues. So just wash and that's it.
Some people, sometimes there's a waswasa, like if they forget, like, okay, if it's washed properly or not, they do once and then they do twice, or, third time as well, they put water. Just because of the waswasa, okay, if these, directions might get dry, or, if the water is not arriving,
Exactly.
So it's sometimes, when can you avoid this waswasa,
You have to ignore it. I think in one of the narrations that the Imam was teaching someone who was doing the wudu, and he just wiped once. That's it. That's it.
Right.
Imagine that he wiped the whole face just once, and we just wiped 3 times, 4 times. So we have to learn from the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam how to do the proper wudu, without waswasa, without obsessiveness.
Right. Thank you so much, Sheikhna. The next question is from YouTube. Can you please explain some amals for how can we start the month of Sha'ban?
Inshallah, one of the main a'mal of Sha'ban is to recite this beautiful short dua just by the noon time, just by the adhan of dhuhr time, or if you can, as a taqibat after Salat al-Dhuhr.
The first day of Sha'ban.
The whole month.
Okay.
Small salawat. They call it الصلوات الشعبانية. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد شجرة النبوة. That's how it starts. Salah على محمد وعلى محمد with شجرة النبوة. So this short paragraph of dua, try to recite it every noon time or every time after the dhuhr salah. It's a beautiful salawat on Muhammad wa ala Muhammad, and the blessings and so forth. It has a great reward. And of course, Sha'ban is the month of salawat, salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad in general.
And there's same amals for the Nime Sha'ban as well, for the 15th, or are there any specific amals?
We'll inshallah mention it by the time it approaches, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you so much, Sheikhna. Dear viewers, you can participate in the show by sending in questions either on WhatsApp or YouTube. So I'm going to tell you the method, how can you send us the questions. On YouTube, you can just comment on the live chat, and inshallah, when you send us a question, Sheikh will be able to answer the question. Or you can call us and jump the queue, and you can speak directly to our Sheikh. So Sheikhna, I've got the next question. It's coming from YouTube. Can one work in a store where they also sell alcohol drinks, but also has stuff which is permissible to consume?
What is important that you're not allowed to sell this alcohol to any customer. So if you're on the point of sale, selling products, you cannot scan and sell the product to the customer. So make sure you avoid being in that position of selling this item to the customer, and work in other aisles, let's say dairy, for example, and vegetables and so forth.
Right.
Rather than working on the till while you're scanning and selling alcohol to those customers.
Okay, thank you so much, Shaykhuna. The next question is from YouTube. Should I still do istinja if I'm going to make ghusl right after?
No, the ghusl would purify the place of the impurities in the body. So as long as you have water reaching those parts which were impure before ghusl, then that will wash everything and will purify it.
Right.
And that's, of course, if it's a wajib ghusl like janaba.
Yeah.
And even you don't need to perform wudu after it.
After that.
So it's a complete package of purity.
I think
and
a lot
wudu.
of people get confused, because they keep asking about this one. You don't need to do wuzu after
exactly. And it's not just you don't need, you're not allowed to.
Okay.
You're not allowed to do wudu on top of the ghusl of janaba.
Okay, so you're not allowed.
Not
at
allowed,
all.
of course.
Okay.
You have to avoid it.
Right.
Unless one breaks wind or goes to the toilet, then of course they have to do
They have to
wudu for that.
renew that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Shaykhuna. The next question is from YouTube. If I leave after Fajr prayer and reach before Zuhr, is my fast still valid?
You see, as long as you go back to your hometown before Adhan al-Dhuhr, then your fast is valid. If you reach your homeland or hometown after Adhan al-Dhuhr, then you have ruined your fast. So you have to break it. Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much, Shaykhuna Al-Aziz. And the next question is coming from YouTube. Can you sow zikr on your left hand? Can you do zikr on your left hand?
You can. There's no issue with it. What is discouraged is to eat with your left hand.
Okay.
Now, in terms of dhikr, I haven't seen something that don't do dhikr.
And you need to be in the state of wuzu for doing zikr, or
better? If you have wudu, it's better.
Okay.
One to be always in purity. Whenever they go to the bathroom, you come out with wudu. That would be an advantage, of course.
Thank you so much, Shaykhuna. The next question is from YouTube. How high should be the hands be raised in Takbiratul Ihram?
It's just facing your where you've been saying let's say the mouth. It's just between the chin and the mouth. So
between the chin and the mouth.
Yeah.
So is it like makruh, or if you raise hand?
No, it's just the way of etiquette mentioned in terms of how to place your both hands in qunut.
Right.
There's a specific way mentioned, which I just said it now.
Okay, thank you so much. And the next question, Shaykhuna, we have from YouTube. It says, is Jummah wajib?
The Jum'ah prayer is not wajib, rather it is an option, a wajib option. In other words, the scholars say you have two choices, two wajibs. Either to pray Jum'ah prayer, and that's it, that would suffice, by attending the sermon and the Jama'ah prayer and so forth. Or you can skip it and pray Salatul Dhuhr instead by yourself or Jama'ah.
Right.
So there's two wajib, either this or that. So if you skip Jama'ah prayer and you pray Dhuhr, that should be enough. And
so the wajib part is not just the 2 rakat, it's the sermon as well? Or
you have to be with the sermon, to listen to the sermon. It's part of it.
Okay.
Now, would that cause an issue? That's another issue. That if I walk away, would that cause an issue?
Yeah.
We have to see what ulama say.
Okay, no problem. Hope this answer makes sense. And we go to the next question. Shaykhuna, it's from WhatsApp. How can I do istikhara?
Istikhara has different types. Now, maybe the easiest way, if you want to do something and you aim for it, you say, for example, astaghfirullah bi rahmatihi khiyaratan fi afiyah. So you say this sentence, let's say 7, 10 times, up to 100 times, and then you go and do it. And Allah will basically give you the blessings to gain your objective in this, let's say, trip or business and so forth.
Right.
But sometimes you have doubt, you're unsure, you're uncertain. Then there's a way of doing the istikhara with the Quran. And the best way is to go back to a Maulana, to Alim,
Yeah,
who knows
better.
the meaning of the
Yeah.
verse. Then they would take the istikhara and they would give you and guide you to the best options for this regard.
Right. Thank you so much, Sheikhna, for the answer. The next question is from WhatsApp. Can I play card games with family without betting?
If you mean by the card game is the famous gambling game, no, it's not permissible, even without money.
Right.
So any gambling game is not allowed to be played either by the cards or on the computer or the app, even without money. So you have to avoid that at all means.
Right.
But other cards which are not gambling games, you can play. The kids usually have the cards,
Yeah.
animal shapes and so forth.
Exactly. Yeah.
Should be fine.
No problem, Sheikhna. Thank you so much. Before we go for a break, Sheikhna, let's answer this question as well from YouTube. In the Sunni community, some men take on the practice of putting henna or red dye in their beards because they believe it's sunnah. Do we as Shias also believe this?
We have mustahab in terms of khidab, as they say, to dye your beard and hair. Yes, there is, with this regard, istihbab we have as well as
Right.
part of the acts to dye your hair, yes.
So it's not just confined to the community, like we can also...
Yeah. I mean, it also, I think, mentioned in the narration that if you're a bit old, then it brings joy to the wife.
Right.
So you look younger with this regard. Something is mentioned within
Yeah.
the lands of the narrations. Yeah, so
That's fine.
Yeah.
Sheikhna, thank you so much. The next question is, Sheikhna, are we allowed to say, Takbiratul Ihram in how much louder we can say Allahu Akbar before we start the prayer?
Just a normal voice in Allahu Akbar. You shouldn't scream. Yeah, it should be normal.
Right.
Voice. You shouldn't raise it too much.
Right.
Screaming is not something would be
Okay.
the right way to
Makes sense.
begin your prayers with.
Sheikhna, inshallah, we'll be going for a short break. But before we go for a break, dear viewers, you can send in your questions through YouTube. You can comment on the live chat and send in your questions. And inshallah, Sheikh will be able to answer. Or you can also scan the QR code and send in your questions. Or you can also call that number. You can call and jump the queue of the questions. And before we go for a break, I think as usual, Sheikhna, if you have something to say, Fazal, please.
Yes, as we have commemorated the Shahada of Imam Kadhim alayhi salam last Thursday, there is an interesting line of Imam Kadhim salamullah alayhi, will or advice or admonishment to one of his Shia. He wrote this to one of his followers, advising him. So he said to him, "Isbir ala ta'atillah." Be patient on Allah's obedience. In other words, when Allah says to you, pray, fast, go to Hajj, pay zakat, and so forth, you have to have patience. These ta'at and worships and obedience are a bit difficult. Imagine for someone to wake up in the middle of the night, 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning to pray in this cold weather. It's difficult, especially if the heating is off. Or let's say, to go to Hajj, for example. Now the Hajj is in mid-June, July. It's going to be very hot in Arabia. The heat wave. So you have to have patience because the reward is huge. Like those who work in constructions in the Middle East.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's in the heat wave they work. Many of them faint. Many of them maybe even die. So for the cause of Allah Azza wa Jal, it's worth it for the one to have some patience when it comes to ibadat and obedience. Then he says, وَاصْبِرْ عَنْ مَعَاصِي اللَّهِ تَعَالَى. And also have patience on Allah's, when he refrains one from the acts of haram and forbiddenness.
Right.
So try to have patience, and this is more difficult. Not, for example, to look at the opposite gender with a bad intention, or the opposite, let's say, relationships, for example, or listening to music, or attending mixed gatherings. You need to make sure that you're wary of these things and to observe patience when it comes to the haram. That's why the Quran says, when you see the opposite gender, tell the believing men to lower their gaze. So that's better for their purity. So in other words, Islam wants to guide us towards the right path, to keep us pure and tahir from the act of sin, and to be obedient to His orders.
Exactly. Yeah. I think there's a verse of Quran as well, if I'm not wrong. Wasta'inu bis-sabr was-salat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
ask aid by the patience and by prayers.
By prayers. Thank you so much, Sheikhuna. And now it's the time to take a break. Dear viewers, thank you so much for sending your questions, and hope you have received your answers. Inshallah, we'll be going for a short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
For those interested in an Islamic law book by Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi, please WhatsApp the Ahkam SOS team at the following number to place your order today: +44 7415 09 2155. The Islamic law book, available exclusively in hard copy, contains religious questions answered by Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi. Order your hard copy today.
I have a question regarding keeping pictures of
Is it
scholars
permissible
at
to
home.
plant trees by or
Was
over
Islam
the
established
graves?
based on peace and
Is it permissible
non-violence?
to collect donations for charity projects from
Is it permitted to consume canned food imported from non-Muslim
Is there
countries?
an issue for men looking at non-Muslim women?
To have your questions answered live, WhatsApp us on +44 7415 09 2155.
For those interested in an Islamic law book,
And welcome back, dear viewers. So inshallah, the details will be on your screen very soon, where you can scan this QR code and send in your questions either via WhatsApp or YouTube. And you can also call in on our number given below, 0203 515 0199. So inshallah, we continue with the Sheikh. Sheikhna, we have a question from YouTube. Are women allowed to wear fake nails, and if they are real, are they allowed to wear them long?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. There are two parts in this question. Number one, if these fake nails were for beauty, then they cannot show it in public, in front of the men.
Right.
So they have to cover it with the gloves, for example, or remove it. And then when they go to their, let's say, their own home, or let's say they go to ladies' weddings, they can wear them and apply them. So if it's zina and beauty, then they cannot show it. Number two, if they're permanent, in other words, they cannot remove it, for wudu and ghusl, then there's a problem. The wudu would be batil, which in other words, the salah would be batil, and the ghusl, the wajib that they do, would be also batil, which would affect also their salah as well. So it has to be removable, let's say,
like
nails.
disposable, removable, because it's going to prevent you from doing the wajibat.
Exactly. Yeah. And if it's beauty, then you cannot show it in public.
Yeah. Because we receive a lot of questions regarding this, like beauty and zina, So anything related to this, like, if it's like considered as beauty or zina for the others, so it's not allowed.
Yes. As the Quran says, وَلَا يُبْدِينَ زِينَتَهُنَّ, do not show the beauty.
Right. Thank you so much, Sheikhuna. We move to the next question. And it's from YouTube. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. I have the feeling that Dajjal is here and Imam Mahdi Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farahud Sharif is coming soon. I see many signs. Also, I don't find anyone to marry. Please make dua for me.
May Allah give you the right spouse, inshallah, and a successful life, inshallah.
Ilahi, Ameen.
With bounties and rizq, inshallah.
Inshallah, you will get married very soon.
Inshallah. In terms of the Dajjal and Imam Mahdi, of course, we have a narration which says, كَذَبَ الْوَقَاتُونَ, those who time their liars. So we have to refrain from timing the time of the Imam's reappearance or the rise of the Dajjal or Sufyan or and such thing. We are not allowed to time at all.
Right.
So we've been prevented from timing, because we saw for the past history, many people timed that this is the end of the time, in alamat akhir as-sa'a, the end of the world, and never happened.
Yeah, every year some people, they come up and they say it's end of time.
So we are not allowed to time at all. We say, inshallah, Allahumma ajjal li waliyik al-faraj, and our duty is to pray for the Imam's reappearance, and we have to implement practically on the ground, as we do now with the ahkam.
Yeah.
That's part of the making ourselves ready and readiness for the Imam's dhuhr is to practically be on the ground.
To know the wajibat and all the...
Exactly. Implement wajib, refrain the haram. That's it.
That's it. Thank you so much, Sheikhna. We have next question from WhatsApp. Do we need to ask the restaurant if they are halal?
If the owner is a Muslim and basically he says it's halal, then that's it, it's halal. But sometimes you don't know who is the owner, you have to ask. In the West, you have to ask, is it halal? But if he says that, let's say he has a sign that it's halal and he's a Muslim, and you know he's a Muslim, then that's it. Muslim wouldn't usually sell haram food. Especially if they have a certificate or they say it's halal, there's a halal sign. If he's a Muslim, then the Muslim's hand is a hujjah, is proof on being halal.
Right.
That suffices.
Okay, thank you so much, Sheikhna. Before we move to the next question, I'm going to tell the viewers that if you follow any of these marājiʿ, and if you have any question in your mind related to ahkam or anything in your mind, you can send in your questions via WhatsApp, or you can comment on the YouTube. You can either call us as well, and the number is on your screen, 0203 515 0199. If you are unsure about any hukum or ahkam, that's the best place to get your questions answered. And inshallah, we hope to receive your questions. Sheikhna, we have the next question from WhatsApp. What is the best book for learning things to improve our life?
It depends which book, which subject you want to read about. Is it about ahkam? Of course, the best book is to read the ahkam of your own marājiʿ. Each marājiʿ, they have own book of Islamic rulings and practices. So you get it from the office of your marājiʿ, for example.
Right.
You read page by page whenever you had time. It begins from taharat, so purities, let's say how to purify a najis item, and ghusl and wudu, and how to pray, and doubts in prayer. So that's the best book to start with, to be honest, to read the ahkam of your own marājiʿ, to be able to implement all these ahkam. So when you are in the middle of something, let's say in the middle of wudu, or also you saw something wrong, you memorized the question and the answer that is in the book. So you can apply it straight away. So if there was a plaster in the ghusl, now I finished my ghusl and I found a plaster on my hand, what shall I do, for example? Do I have to repeat the whole ghusl or just that part? So when you read those questions and answers in your marājiʿ's rulings of book, then you can easily learn. So that's a good start, I think.
Right.
For everyone, inshallah.
Sheikhna, is it like wajib to know all the ahkam related to, our school of thought and Islam? Or, for example, if someone gets baligh, so is it wajib on them to know about all the ahkam?
In the beginning of each book of the rulings of all the marājiʿ, it's mentioned the first mas'ala that it is wajib upon the mukallaf to know the necessary, what is needed of ahkam. So for example, how to perform wudu, you must know it. How to pray, your daily prayers, that's wajib. You should know how to pray, exactly. How to do the ghusl, because they're all connected. If your wudu is batil, your salah is batil. If your ghusl is batil, then your salah is batil. So you have to make sure that you know these necessity and necessary ahkam, you memorize it and you apply it. Otherwise, you have to repeat maybe many years of salah, sadly.
Right, thank you so much, Sheikhna. We move to the next question here. It's from WhatsApp. Do I need to repeat all my salats on the airplane?
No, in the airplane you pray because you cannot make it to the destination on time. Because if you think that you can arrive before, let's say, sunset or sunrise, you should not pray. You have to wait until you reach destination and you pray on the land, because you cannot originally pray on a moving vehicle unless the time would elapse and becomes qada. Then you have to pray inside the plane or the boat or the ship or train or bus. But if there's enough time, no, you can't pray. You wait until you reach the destination. You pray there in the airport. I mean, happens to us a lot. I try to calculate, for example, London to Istanbul, for example, on my way to Iraq. So if I see I'm going to arrive before sunrise, I don't pray I'll leave it till the end. When I arrive in Istanbul airport, I'll go and straight away pray in the airport.
And you can pray Fajr over there.
Just before sunset. Sunrise.
So the best thing is to calculate the timings and you look at the world clock.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sheikhna. We move to the next question. It's from YouTube. I had a dream of Imam Mahdi. He shows me how I looked through his eyes. A dark blackish cloud surrounded me. Why? Sihr, sins.
You see, the interpretation of the dreams needs an expertise with this regard. So you have to ask someone who has expert and knowledge in the interpretation of the dreams.
Right. Thanks so much, Sheikhna. The next question from WhatsApp. Is it acceptable for women to wear trousers provided they are loose and modest?
You see, in terms of the wearing trousers, now you can argue that it doesn't stick on the it doesn't show the shape or the curve of the legs. One of the Ayatollah Sistani's representative Najaf, who used to give Ahkam, he said that 10 years ago I said yes, it's allowed, but now I regret, because now ladies start in Iraq, they start to wear tight.
It's become a fashion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So always stick with the standard modest way of clothing.
Yeah.
Don't go to something new fashion, hijab, which is of course would lead eventually to something tight.
Yeah, I believe now there's so many modest brands, out there where you can order the clothes from, like scarves, and they do the full body, clothes as well.
No, the best hijab is the abaya.
Yeah.
That's the best hijab, yeah.
Thank you so much, Sheikhna. The next question is from YouTube. Why is Shia curse Sahaba?
We don't curse the Sahaba, number one. Number two, which Sahaba? Those who were munafiqeen, Allah brought a whole surah of munafiqun. And the munafiq means somebody who shows Islam but conceals shirk and kufr and disbelief. Right. And they were in the time of the Prophet. There were hundreds of munafiqeen in Medina. And they plotted on the Prophet and they tried to kill the Prophet in the Aqaba on his return to Medina. So munafiqun are very clear. Those who they showed Islam and they said the shahadatain, but they concealed kufr and shirk, and they tried to kill the Prophet many times, to kill him. So those are, Allah Azza wa Jalla in the Quran, they cursed them.
Right.
وَيَلْعَنُهُمُ اللَّاعِنُونَ. Those who heard the Prophet, heard the Prophet, يُؤْذُونَ الرَّسُولَ لَعَنَهُمُ اللَّهُ, mentioned in the Holy Quran. Those who cause annoyance to the Prophet, Allah would curse them, la'an them. The Quran is cursing them, not us. And of course, not all Sahaba are bad. We respect Salman al-Farisi or Muhammadi, Abu Dharr al-Ghifari, Khuzaymah, the Shahadatain, Ammar bin Yasir, and many names, radwanullah alayhim. And we respect them a lot. But those munafiqin, no, they have no place in Islam to be respected. Like Muawiyah, who waged war against Imam Ali in Siffin. Almost, I don't know how many thousands were killed. Over 40,000 were killed in that battle. So Muawiyah army killed Ammar bin Yasir. So Sahaba killed Sahaba in Battle of Siffin and Jamal in Basra, led by Aisha, Talha and Zubair, attacking Ali alayhi salam. So we have to differentiate between the haq and the batil. Either this one is haq or that one is haq. They can't be both haq. Quran rejects this kind of mentality. Either Ali is on the right path or Aisha. Either Ali is on the right path or Muawiyah. And it's very clear who's on the haq.
And both of them, they can't be on the
famous hadith, Ali ma'al haq wal haq ma'al Ali.
Yeah. According to some school of thought, Sheikhna, some people claim that anyone who has seen the Prophet Muhammad and spent time with him. So how do we find out that who is for example, who do we call the Sahaba, or Sahabi, like who has seen the Prophet or spent time with him, or who is the who are the people we can call Sahaba?
You see, the sahib could be a mu'min, could be a munafiq as a sahib. Or could be the sahib even kafir. So it's not something that we can say that if we call a sahabi, that's it, he's purified, he's respected,
from everything.
he is just. No.
Yeah.
Sahabi is companion. You might have a good companion, you might have a bad companion.
Yeah.
Musa had good companions and he had bad companions. Isa alayhi salam, he had good and bad companion as well. So
and even some people, they were, I think, good in the beginning and they changed, later
like
on.
Talha and Zubair, especially Zubair.
Yeah.
Zubair was with Ahlul Bayt. He stood next to them, but then he betrayed. And
Right.
he went against Ali alayhi salam in the battle of Majamal with Aisha.
Right. Okay, thank you so much, Shaykhana. We move to the next question, and it's from YouTube, and it will be the final question for today's evening. Nail clipping on Thursday, 9 fingers nail and 1 fingernail for Friday. Hadith is about risk and health benefit. And does toenails include in it too?
This was done by one of the ulama. I think Sheikh Saduq.
Right.
That when he died, they found out that he died on Thursday. So he did all his nails except one, the pink one. He left it to do it on Friday. So it seems to be there's a narration in this regard.
Right.
That Thursday, so he wanted to get the best of both, of Thursday reward and the Friday reward as well.
Right.
But both days are mentioned in terms of the reward of having to clip your nails on Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
And each has its own benefits.
And is there any makruh time or date for, to clip the nails, or we can do like I think some people say we shouldn't do like in the night time, or
I haven't seen exactly with this regard.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much, Shaykhana, for tonight's episode. And dear viewers, thank you so much for sending in your questions. I hope Sheikh has answered all the questions. Inshallah, we have some announcements to make. And before we make those announcements, you can still send in your questions for the next episode, which will be on Thursday, inshallah. Because if you don't have time during the daytime, you can send it now, and inshallah we'll be able to answer on Thursday. So inshallah I'll be making some announcements. They will appear on your screen. Yeah. Imam Hussein 3.tv/donate. So inshallah you can donate. You can open the link and you can donate towards the programs of Imam Hussein TV, production of Imam Hussein TV. As you are aware that these programs they cost us a lot of money. So inshallah if you can take some time out and open the link and go through our website as well, where we have all these details, and donate some money towards these causes, inshallah that would be great. The next slide is for the headquarters, the Zainabiyya complex, which we have recently bought. And obviously, when you buy any properties, obviously you need money to renovate and to make inshallah we'll be making the studios and Husseiniya in that building. So we need money for that as well. So if you can donate towards that cause as well. And the last one is our YouTube channel, where you can watch all our programs and other Imam Hussein TV programs and their production. So don't forget to subscribe as well. And inshallah you can like our videos and subscribe the channel as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, and inshallah we hope to see you in the next episode. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I think it's everyone's dream to work and serve the Ahlul Bayt alayhum salam.
Working with this project allows us to contribute back to the community.
Our main objective is to bring Imam Hussein to every household, or to take people to Karbala.
Producers, cameraman and editors all synchronize to capture, inspire and bring you closer to Abu Abdullah.
Working here is an honor and a privilege, yet nothing compared to the sacrifice of Imam Hussein alayhi salam.
Pass on the lantern of Imam Hussein.
Why should you support?
Why should you support?
Why should you support?
Imam Hussein TV is our Husseiniyyah to the world.
It's an open university to learn theology, history, law, Quran, and many more sciences.
Many rely on our channel as they have no access to any Husseiniyas or any mosques.
And they have no access to any community events nor scholars, and they solely rely on our broadcasting.
Children in the West have so many questions to ask about the faith.
We aim to educate youth and reverts in a thoughtful manner and language which is interactive, easily digestible and understood.
Our project is fully crowdfunded. We have no sales, no business, no profits.
If you do not support us, who will?
If you do not open a channel, who will?
And if you do not raise the flag of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, who will?
We have been operating since 2016 and we have brought to you shows like Morning Barakah,
Ahkam SOS,
Her Thoughts,
and the debate show.
We also have created many documentaries on topics such as the death of the Prophet ﷺ,
miracles in Arba'een,
non-Shias visiting Karbala,
and most importantly,
we bring you Karbala live.
Karbala Live.
Karbala Live.
Karbala Live.
لبيك يا حسين.
This is your generosity come to life. Our team in Karbala are busy assembling and delivering iftar packs with your donations. Witness the impact of your support as we reach out to feed the orphans, the vulnerable and the needy with 100,000 meals this Ramadan. We don't want to stop here. Please continue to contribute in helping to make a world of difference. Support Imam Hussein charity today in Africa, Iraq and Afghanistan. www.imamhusseincharity.com.
كنت أقول الحمد لله والشكر إذا كان موجود. إذا كان موجود أبونا الحمد لله والشكر لأن هو يقوم بواجبنا، هو يتحمل مسؤوليتنا، هو يتكفل عيشتنا. بس هسه الناس الخيرة وأنتم إن شاء الله الله ما يقطع.
أنا اسمي حمود، أبويا ميت بشر وأنا أريد فلوس ومعاي
لا تبكي.
Brothers and sisters, this is the reality for many families here in Karbala. Every small contribution helps. Even a single pound can make a big difference. Together, we can build a brighter future for our community and continue to contribute to the everlasting message of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein alayhi salam.
ينعاد عليكي ينعاد عليكي الله معاك
مع السلامة.
نحن مقاومة انت في خطر ما لازم تضيعي.
ما تخافي يا بنتي.
كيف حالك؟
In today's world, where the religious identity and faith of our children are constantly targeted by media and digital platforms, Imam Hussein TV network stands as a trusted media voice alongside families dedicated to nurturing religious